Hello students, a very warm welcome to my channel Let Us Master English. Today I'm going to teach you the poem The Tale of Custard the Dragon. In my previous video, that is lecture 1, I taught first 5 stanzas and today we will continue the same. So let's get started. Let's see who is the poet of The Tale of Custard the Dragon. Frederick Auden Nash, who was born in 1902 and died in 1971. He was an American poet famous for his light verse. He was known as the producer of humorous poetry. He received Sarah Josepha Hale Award in 1964. So the poem which we are going to study today is also full of humor. Let me introduce the poem to you. Auden Nash has written a poem about a little girl, Belinda, who owns many pets, namely a black kitten whose name was Ink, grey mouse named Blink, yellow dog named Mustard, and a covered dragon named Custard. The poet has described every character to be very brave except the dragon, who is a coward. But the whole situation changes when a pirate attacked Belinda's house. No one else had the guts to face him. It was the dragon that killed the pirate. All the characters are happy because they are saved by the dragon, but quickly change their thoughts and describe themselves to be more powerful had the situation not been so confusing for all of them. Now, I will explain you stanza number 6. Belinda giggled till she shook the house. She shook the house. See students, in this line, these two words start with the same consonant, that is S. That is why the poet has used the poetic device, alliteration here. And Blink said weak, which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age when Custard cried for a nice, safe cage. So students, giggled means to laugh. And weak, here it is the sound made by the mouse. So in this stanza, the poet is telling us that Belinda giggled means laughed loudly till the whole house shook to its foundation. Blink giggled too like a mouse. Ink and Mustard were very rude to the dragon Custard. They insulted him by asking his age. Why? Because Custard cried like a coward begging for a nice safe cage for him. तो जो कस्टर्ड है वो हमेशा नाइस सेफ केज के लिए रोता रहता था, तो इसलिए इंक और मस्टर्ड उससे उसकी एज पूछते हैं, उसका मजाक उड़ाते हैं, उसे इंसल्ट करते हैं. So here the poet has also used the poetic device onomatopoeia, which means usage of sound words to create a dramatic effect. So giggled and weak, these two are the sound words. Custard cried for a nice, safe cage. So here the poet has used a repetition poetic device. Let's move on to the next stanza. Suddenly, they heard a nasty sound. Nasty means bad or unpleasant. And Mustard growled. Growled means to bark. and they all looked around. Meowch, cried Ink, and oh, cried Belinda, for there was a pirate. Pirate means a person who roves ship in the sea, climbing in the Winda. So students, Winda, this word has been invented by the poet. The actual word is window. So under poetic license, window is written as Winda to create rhyme, to rhyme it with Belinda. Suddenly, suddenly. So these two words have been repeated. The poet has used the poetic device. Repetition here. Suddenly, suddenly they heard a nasty sound. So here you can see the poet has made use of consonant sound S many times. So here the poetic device consonance is also used. So what happened? All of a sudden, they heard a very unpleasant sound. After hearing it, Mustard growled and all of them looked around. Ink cried, Meowch, and Belinda cried, oh. They saw that there was a pirate who was climbing in through the window. So all of them produced some kind of noise because they were terrified. They were frightened. Although they always used to boast of their bravery. I think this stanza is clear. Let's move on to the next stanza. Pistol in his left hand, pistol in his right, and he held in his teeth a cutlass bright. Cutlass, it is a short sword with a curved blade like a dagger. His beard was black, one leg was wood. It was clear that the pirate meant no good. So students, in this stanza, the poet is telling us that the pirate had a pistol in his left hand. Pistol is a handgun. He also held another pistol in his right hand. So in his left as well as right hand, he was holding a pistol. He was holding a shining dagger between his teeth. His beard was black in color and one of his legs was of wood. Looking at his appearance, it was quite clear that the pirate meant no good to them. The intention of the pirate didn't seem to be good. So in this stanza, the rhyme scheme is AABB because the words right and bright rhyme and wood and good rhyme with one another. And the poet has also used the poetic device alliteration here. Beard was black. So here B sound is repeated. And he held his, so here H sound is repeated. And the poet has also used the poetic device imagery. An image is created about the appearance of the pirate. Next stanza. Belinda paled and she cried, help, help, but Mustard fled with a terrified yelp. Yelp means a short, sharp cry. Ink trickled down to the bottom of the household. Trickled here means ran. And little mouse blinked strategically Mouseholed. Strategy means to plan something. Mouseholed, here it is the hole where the mouse lives. So in this stanza, the poet tells us Belinda paled. Paled means to turn yellow due to fear. When the pirate entered the house, Belinda, when she saw the pirate, her face became pale with fear. she started crying for help. Mustard was terrified and fled crying. Ink hid at the bottom of the household, and the little mouse Blink entered its hole and saved himself strategically in this way. So all these creatures who always bragged of their bravery, when it was time to show their strength, they all ran away. They all were frightened and saved their lives. So students, that's all for today. Remaining stanzas I'll be explaining in lecture 3. Thank you very much for listening to me patiently. Kindly subscribe, share, like and comment. Thank you.